What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Wednesday. Good morning and welcome back to Local Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content, so thank you. I appreciate the comments just today. Some of them pretty funny about the mouth. The Malteser. Don't call the old. Someone's put Malteser in. Don't make me laugh too hard. It hurts. Two-tier society videos. A lot of people were like, oh, well, we're already in 2 tiers now, and what's it going to make any difference? It will be a massive difference when you look at the fear that has been instilled in some people. I mean, I watched a guy on Facebook last night that was legitimately saying force people to get vaccines even if we have to hold them down. Well, I've got news for you, mate. Come to my house and try and hold me down. I will take your head off. I'm not fucking about. I'll take your head off. But COVID passports and that kind of mentality that we've got to force you to do this or you're not fucking coming in here with us, that kind of mentality is going to lead to a 2-tier society. And now there's people in the comments saying we've already got a 3-tier society or 4 or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, we have. But a hell of a lot of the people within them tiers are unregistered and untracked, whether it's an illegal immigrant or a homeless person. They're not tracking the money, they're not tracking the spends. They haven't got a travel passport. Do you think there was this much grief when travel passports first come out? I'm not having a fucking travel passport to go to fucking Spain. You're taking the piss. You're taking the fucking piss. Or track me going round Europe. Get fucked, mate. What's the difference? What's the fucking difference? Not being allowed in a club because you haven't got a COVID vaccine passport. Not being allowed on a plane because you haven't got a travel passport. What's the difference? There isn't really a difference. It's identification. The only difference is some people say COVID's not deadly, COVID doesn't exist, I don't want to have the vaccine, I shouldn't need the vaccine to go in a nightclub. You should be able to use standard ID. The travel passport should be, look, I'm Scott Pratt, coming in club. But they've instilled all this fear. It's fucking weird, mate. Let me read this because I want to see what this person's saying. There's no name at the top, so I don't know who's wrote it. We already discriminate against people on the basis of wealth and status, writes Peter Cave. While Joe Madonna says vaccine certification will be liberating for older people who have been shielded for a year. Plus letters from Professor Michael Williams, Peter Miller, Sue Ball, and Tim Barker. Divisive and discriminatory is the charge levelled against COVID-free or vaccination requirements. Those without the passports would be banned from sports events, concerts, and nightclubs. They may find that they are not allowed to dine out in various restaurants. They may be stopped from entering certain non-essential shops. And who knows what else. To be fair, considerations against passporting. But I wonder why lovers of liberty fail to know that millions of people are already discriminated against. They are barred from restaurants, concerts, certain shops, and so on, for they lack the relevant passport. Money. Despite all the rallying against numerous forms of discrimination, one of the most significant forms is quietly accepted, even welcomed. One where haves discriminate against the have-nots. Many of those who are now protesting that vaccine passports would infringe our liberties are the self-same people who, earlier in the pandemic, proposed that older and more vulnerable people should be protected and should preferably stay at home. Excuse me. As a 76-year-old who, Like many of my generation, has spent much of the past year in some considerable anxiety as to the dangers of COVID for other people. The idea of some freedom to eat out or go to a concert theatre, there is some monitoring as to whether those I might be in close company with have been vaccinated or tested, is very liberating. And quite the opposite of any infringement on my freedom. About someone's freedom to go and watch the concert without being vaccinated. What about that side of the freedom? It's down to the same debate again. There's always some person at the end of the bar screaming for fucking rights. A person in the middle of the bar who literally don't give a fuck. And a person at the other end of the bar who is getting his rights trampled on because this other motherfucker screaming for his rights. It's fucked. Basically what I mean is it's okay to not like gay people. It's okay to not like what they do. It's okay to not like gay sex, not be interested in gay sex. Just don't go up to the person and start being homophobic towards them. It's okay to have an opinion. Do you know what I mean? It's like one bit, you can't, I want the right to suck dick. Okay, mate. Okay, you go and suck a dick, but he's got the right to think that's disgusting. So shut the fuck up and go and suck your dick. Do you know what I mean? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, as an enthusiastic target shooter, I own 3 rifles, all of which are capable of inflicting serious injury or causing death. Quite rightly, just to process these rifles, I must undergo an evaluation for a firearm certificate, which itself imposes stringent conditions as to where and how these firearms can be used. Conversely, those who oppose COVID certificates argue that it is my human right to wander around without certification, possibly carrying a virus that can equally cause serious injury or death. Can someone explain their logic? Right, Professor Michael Williams, did you really just compare my sneeze to a shotgun? You absolute fucking cretin. And you're a professor. You're a professor. And you're making a comparison from COVID to shotguns and rifles, mate. Really? Really? Get the fuck out of my face, bro. Fucking Professor Michael Williams in Devon. Jesus Christ. Someone go to Devon and backhand that motherfucker with your glove and say that's from Scott. Challenges you to a debate, you muppet. The potential introduction of COVID-19 vaccination passports raises numerous questions. However, regardless of the outcome, would it be right to assume that the Libertarian Conservative MPs, the Libertarian Conservatives, is they a new one then? The Libertarian Conservative MPs opposing such passports on the grounds of protecting civil liberties are the self-same MPs supporting the new policing bill and the introduction of photo IDs to enable voting at future elections. See, this is the thing. In my opinion, they were scared of democracy through DLT. They were scared of becoming idea men, like I said they would be. All they really need to do is come up with ideas and ask us what we want. They don't fucking like that. So literally now they're telling you what to do, telling you what you want, and telling you what you're going to do and what you're going to get. You're going to get a fucking passport, or you ain't going this and that and there, right? They can fucking get that off me, mate. I swear to God, I'm not going to get a vaccine passport or the vaccine until it's blocking my happiness. Fuck the health. I'm worried about my abscess and someone sneezing in my face at the moment. Fuck the health. When it stands in the way of my future and happiness is when I will get the vaccine. Sue Ball, I'm happy to carry a COVID passport if it gets me into venues and events and away on holiday. If it also means that I won't have to rub shoulders with the likes of Jeremy Corbyn, Mark Harper or Ian Duncan Smith. And that's a bonus. Jesus wept, bro. There's actually people on Facebook and TikTok and shit calling for people to be held down and vaccinated. I said not long ago, me, there's a civil war on the horizon, and if they're not careful, they're going to lose it. The people will get the power back, we'll get a democracy through DLT, and the House of Parliament can just become idea men and women. Idea people. Just come up with ideas, we'll make the decision. Cheers. After all, the decisions are made for us, so get fucked. The only thing is now, it is quite evident that millions, if not billions, of people actually do need to be told how to live. They need to be told how to spend. They need to be shown how to save and how to manage money. You know, because they weren't shown in school. You know, because they didn't teach them that in school when they fucking should have. Apparently when that person gets older and knows nothing about it, it's their fault. It's not the government's fault who write the curriculum for the school. No, it's not their fault. It's the fucking adults. What's my fault for not going back to school to do my GCSEs before next year? Oh, it's all my fault. Nothing they said to me, was it? I was just a 16-year-old dickhead who knew fuck all and trusted what they say. Scott, you're not smart enough to do that course. Go and be an electrician. Kind of careers advice is that? Yeah. Like I say, and people say we are in tiers of society now, but the fact of the matter is, not everyone is tracked and traced, if you will, within them tiers. Like I say, homeless people with no bank accounts, it will not be long. By 2025, homeless people will benefit immensely of having a bank account, which also means they have to be ID'd, which also means they're going to have to either be given a house, get a house, or go to the post office for a PO box. They can start getting some ID for the post office. You can verify who you are, but you actually don't need an house to get an ID, at least in the UK. So it's, in my opinion, everyone money laundering, all your drug dealers, all this, everyone's spending and swapping cash without really tracking it, without paying a tax on any gains. They're the ones that they want to suck in to the system, into the tiers. We've got 3 or 4 tiers at the moment. But what's weird, we actually haven't. We've got, right, they like to say there's 3 tiers of people, right? Middle class, working class, upper class, working class, middle class, upper class, whichever way it is in your head. I've always had it a little bit backwards. But you can't have a middle class and working class without a lower class and an unworking class, can you? You can't have a middle class without a lower class and a high and an upper class. There's 3 straight away. You can't have a working class without an unworking class. So middle class and working class, merge them, boom, 1 class, working class, middle class, working class, upper class. And then you've got your unworking, your homeless, do you know what I mean? Your lower class, merge them. Then I'm talking anyone on benefits without a job, where the state's paying for your house, the state's giving you money. You are in the same bracket as a homeless person. You are homeless. You don't own your home. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but if you're renting a house, you're actually homeless. Like me, I'm homeless. My mum owns a home. I don't. I'm homeless, mate. Live with my mum. Like, it's not something to be ashamed of. It's a simple fact. I don't own a home, therefore I'm homeless. So everyone in the bottom tier, on benefits, getting a house and that paid for off for government, you were going in, it's in the same tier as the homeless people. That is the lower tier, the bottom tier. The benefit tier, it might end up the issue token tier. You're gonna that is it. And the tier above it, if it does end up to 2 tiers, you've got the have-nots that are literally giving everything. They're giving $1,000 a month, they're giving a house, they're giving this, they're giving that. And then you've got the haves that work for it and earn it. It's an interesting one, how it's going to play out. And like I say, without COVID, I mean, think about them early 2019 videos we was doing about the globalization for all, the level playing field, democracy through DLT. Fair fucking world. And now all of a sudden, half the world's been scared into conforming without complaining. Is what they're doing. They want conform without complaining. That's all they want. And the fact that they can now, I've said before, and it worries me about consensus. If we was to vote for certain things, because out there now, what do you think the vote would be? Let's real fucking talk here now. Let's imagine we're voting on fucking distributed ledger for mandatory passports and vaccines. What way do you think that's going to go at the moment? Are you confident that there's enough of us to go out there and be like, nah, you're not forcing the vaccine on me? Or do you think there's too many on the other side now and they just win instantly? What percentage of people have got the right to push a vaccine on the other percent? 50, 51. 51% really got the right to force 49% to get vaccinated. Have 80% even got the right to do that? Has fucking 99 people in 100 got the right to force the one fucking person to get the vaccine? I don't even know how I feel about that. I really fucking don't. I don't know what. This is what I was saying the other week. Different levels of consensus depending on how hardcore it is. Bring back the death penalty. We need 100% agreement or it just can't come fucking back. No shit like that. Mandatory vaccines, that would need to be 100% consensus vote for me. You can't force people to have vaccines. And if you don't like it, let him live somewhere else. Give him a different give him the travel passport, give him a fucking plane ticket, and let him fuck off to somewhere where people can live without the vaccine. Because I didn't choose to be born in Britain, I didn't choose to be born in England, I don't care about England and Britain, I really don't give a shit about it. Someone fucking nuke it, just make sure I'm gone. Yeah, I'm done, I'm past caring. I fucking really am. I just want to go somewhere where we can all live quietly, we can have an internet signal and a fucking engineering workshop with a computer science lab, and let's fucking roll. Do you know what I mean? I'm fucking don't need anything else. Don't need your sports fucking stadiums and all your clubs and pissed up people in bars. You think I'm going to get a vaccine to go and get pissed in a club? I ain't that kind of dickhead anymore, mate. And I haven't been for 10 years. 2015 was the last time I was bladdered. New Year's Eve. Not New Year's Eve, it was Halloween. When I say bladdered, I mean so pissed I couldn't remember most of the night. Dickheads. Who the fuck wants to live? Yeah, I'm glad I got away from it. Anyway, two-tier society, it might well remain 3 or 4 tier. We're basically just looking at it becoming a haves and have-nots. If you haven't got a vaccine passport, you're not coming in this establishment. We can see that happening quite a bit in the future. So keep an eye on it. And let's move to fucking Antarctica. Fuck it. Fuck it. I literally want an old dismantled oil rig in international waters, and we're going to turn it into a big floating community. And if you've had the vaccine, you're not fucking allowed there. Yeah? Fuck off. You're not fucking allowed in our borders if you've had the vaccine. Yeah? Fuck off. Have you had the vaccine? You got your vaccine passport there, mate? Yeah, I've got one here, lad. Yeah, fuck off then, mate. You ain't coming in. Fuck you. This is our international waters be our fucking rules. I'm going to go and get the painkillers. On that note, we're gone. Tell me what you think of it. Does it worry you? Does the consensus bit worry you about what them idiots out there would vote for now, still walking around in masks when it's over? Like, sound off in the comments, give a like, thumbs up, share it, tell your mate about it, and subscribe to it if you haven't already. You know the dance. Invest in yourself and the internet of value. Live long and orderly. Get it staked, get it baked. Feed the beast till it feeds you. We love crypto. We don't love the idea of tiered societies, but I think it's coming. But we love you. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.